We are looking live at the Benny versus the Penny Thursday Night Football Appetizer. Here's your host, Ben Maller.
Yeah, we're going to whet your appetite. The full version of Benny versus the Penny, Tomm Looney, will be coming your way in hours. Well, actually, sometime tomorrow. But in the YouTube world, it could be there already, depending on when you're watching this. So think of this as the finger food of week 2 of the NFL season. So we actually had a good start. Before we get into this, now I did notice that I'm dressed like I'm a Blue Man Group member, Tom. A lot of blue. Much blue. I don't know why. I didn't realize that when I put the clothes on that it was all
like
blue.
A Lions fan.
Well, it's Dodger blue, but that's fine. But anyway, Tom,
the Vin Scully hat. Okay, very nice.
That's right. Honoring. I know you love Vin. So
the legendary Vin Scully.
That's right. You've always said really nice things about him. All right. So Tom, what is the matchup here? We have the Packers and the Washington
Commanders and Packers. Green Bay, Wisconsin, toilet paper capital of the world, 32 miles northeast of Appleton, where the legendary poet Mike Maller lives.
I've heard
it. Yeah, Washington Commanders getting 3.5 points.
All right, so I've been to Lambeau Field, Tom. You've been to a game. I've been to Lambeau. I've been to the gift shop at Lambeau Field when I visited my brother in Appleton. And
great atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah, the gift shop is bigger than like a super Walmart, Costco. It's like every possible foam cheese product you could possibly want, even stuff you don't want. And so, anyway, as far as the game is concerned, Tom, that's what this is all about, the game itself. So the Washington Commanders, the 3.5-point line in favor of the Packers, are like, well, Green Bay looked really good against the Lions last week. They should be able to take care of business at home. It's a short week. People have pointed out the Commanders are the oldest team in the NFL. The Packers, I believe, the youngest or one of the youngest teams in the NFL. But to me, that's pretty irrelevant because the Commanders, their roster is skewed. They have a couple of guys that have been around forever since the beginning of the NFL. So it skews the number. The core guys on the Washington Commanders are not all that old. Green Bay has done great at home under Matt LaFleur, straight up against the spread early in the season. Last time Washington won a game in Green Bay, Ronald Reagan was the president, 1988. Ouch. Williams, remember Doug Williams? He was the quarterback for Washington so long ago. Joe Gibbs was the coach. But I'm going to take the Commanders here, and they've got the do factor. Now, you should never bet on the do factor, Tom, because the do factor does not normally work out. But there's other reasons to like the Washington Commanders. They played pretty poorly last week, even though they beat the Giants. They had 12 penalties, sloppy football. They're going to clean that up. They were able to run the ball. The defense is better, I believe, in Washington with Dan Quinn, even though they got to the NFC Championship game last year. And, I love my running quarterbacks, Tom. You stole that line from me.
Please. But only the young running quarterbacks. You know why?
Why is that?
Because there's no old running quarterbacks.
That's right. Jaden Daniels is a primetime player. And listen, the Washington, I know they're going to be able to move the ball. I don't care about Micah Parsons, how great Green Bay looked defensively. Green Bay's got a good defense, but they're still going to have issues with the Commanders' offense here. Last season, 5 primetime games for Jaden Daniels as a starting quarterback, 4-1 straight up and against the spread. And they won those games by almost 8 points per game. So the short week thing does throw you off a little bit, but I'm taking the team formerly known as the Washington Redskins before the Wokesters got involved. So I'm going to take the Commanders here. And what about the Penny, Tom?
Okay, let's take a look, see what the Penny thinks. We have our incredible imaging department and our incredible graphics department. Flip that penny in the air like we just don't care. There we go.
There you go. Flip it up in the air there. There it is.
Oh. Okay, Penny landing on heads. Penny going with the home team and the Green Bay Packers. Benny going with the Washington Commanders.
All right, so that's the appetizer. Now, the main event, Tom, this weekend, week 2, a full breakdown, all the big matchups, Benny versus the Penny. It's right here. You need to subscribe. You got to hit that subscribe button, Tom. Very important to hit the subscribe button and tell people where they can find Benny versus the Penny, right?
That's right. That's right. Worldwide on YouTube. We'd like to thank NBC for promoting us from rinky-dink cable operation to worldwide on YouTube.
Yeah, we didn't need the TV money. We're much better here. We're hanging out with Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast